All right, class, welcome to this unit on Jehovah's Witnesses for religious and cultural classics online. My hope and my aspiration for this particular class, religious and cultural classics, is to give you an opportunity to interact with primary sources, even if it comes in the form of websites related to other religions, other world religions, and also other aberrations of Christianity, like we have for us this week, this unit with Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, anytime that I go to the French Quarter, I'm there quite often, leading an evangelism class, also just with the regular rhythms of life here in the city of New Orleans. Anytime I go to Jackson Square, they are quite faithful. Those who adhere to this religion, they're on a particular street corner, handing out tracts, having conversations to the best of their ability. In fact, I see them in other places, just like the airport, anytime that I go on a trip. That is as far as I have a sense of respect for them with regard to their diligence for trying to proselytize other people into their religion. Great respect for them in that regard, but not with regard to their teachings and what they believe, especially with regard to things like the Trinity or the nature of who Jesus Christ is. That is an incredibly important question. Who is Jesus? And that's important for us to think and to consider and to ponder that question with regard to all these aberrations of Christianity and with regard to other world religions. So what we want to do within this particular unit is provide you an opportunity to go directly to their website, jw.org, and to investigate some of their perspectives. If we had an opportunity, all you had to do would be to Google or to go onto YouTube, Jehovah's Witnesses, and you'd see already just an incredible amount of sources and resources that help you to already refute the different claims that Jehovah's Witnesses make. I think that that's great. That's wonderful that we have those resources. I encourage you to go and take a look at several of those so that it can help you anytime that you have a conversation with a JW. But for this particular class, I want to direct us to their website. I want to direct us to the Watchtower. It's a magazine. It's a publication that has been going on for well over a century, and a century and a half probably. And I want to give you an opportunity to read from it, to interact with it a little bit, so that hopefully you will be able to, for yourself, be able to respond to any time that you do have somebody from this perspective and have a conversation with them, and to be able to provide a defense about who Jesus truly is and what true Christianity really is all about. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few of these tabs that I have for us. And some of these things you will be going to directly yourself, and you'll have an opportunity to take a look at. This is important right here. I'll read some of this. This is not going to be a link, but I just want to read some of this about the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. If you see right here, it actually started in Pennsylvania right here as a nonprofit corporation formed in 1884. That is in connection, in essence, to their founder of their organization. They say Jesus is the founder of their religion, but this person, Charles Taze Russell, is the founder of their organization. And this is what they started to use to publish a Bible that is a unique translation for them, for Jehovah's Witnesses, in addition to their magazine and the way in which that their publications are disseminated together in cooperation with their governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses, and how this is the teachings that they have in their kingdom halls. This is the different types of beliefs that they ascribe to. This is how they disseminate it, is through the Watchtower. So speaking of the Watchtower, what we have right here is on their website, jw.org. If I just back up just a little bit, we can see on their website that they have available to anybody who wants it these two particular magazines that are important. I want to draw our attention just to the Watchtower magazine. You'll hear about that quite often, and you're going to have an opportunity just to select some of these articles. I want you to take a look at two articles with regard to the Watchtower as it appears right now for February 2024. If you happen to be watching this for another class at another semester, you will be looking at an updated version of the Watchtower. So you want to connect with one of these particular study articles that covers April 8th until May 5th of 2024, and to be able to read for yourself. It's fascinating for me just to see the two new members that were appointed to the governing body back in January 18 of 2023. And so this is some of the stuff that you'll get to look for this particular assignment and then be able to comment about it through your reading report. Next, you will have an opportunity to interact with some of their interpretations, the way in which that they explain certain Bible verses that don't line up with, say, for example, the NIV or the NASB or the ESV. So I want you to actually select at least 3 of these verses and read their explanation with regard to these particular verses. I would encourage you to really also make one of those verses that you look at, John 1:1. This is a hotly debated verse. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Or according to JW's, the Word was a God. And this is important for us to hear their perspective as to why they think it is interpreted in this particular way. All right? So that's something that you have as an assignment for yourself this week. Next, I want you to take a look at one particular study that they have right here with regard to the way in which they explain the message of the Bible. So there's a lot of ones, these sections that you could take a look at, but there's one in particular that I would like you to read for yourself and just to see exactly what they're talking about. This is section 21 with regard to after Jesus dies upon the cross and he comes back to life. I want you to read that for yourself and notice the uniqueness of how they describe the resurrected Christ and also their description of the Holy Spirit, because it flies against the understanding as we know and trust to believe a doctrine of the Trinity. And so take a look at section 21 and read about that just a little bit. This will not be on a link, but I did want to read for us a quick little article from JW.org's website, Jehovah's Witnesses website, about the founder of Jehovah's Witnesses. So let me read this for us so that you can hear just a little bit about Charles Taze Russell. The modern day organization of Jehovah's Witnesses began at the end of the 19th century. At that time, a small group of Bible students who lived near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the United States began a systematic analysis of the Bible. They compared the doctrines taught by the churches with what the Bible really teaches. They began publishing what they learned in books, newspapers, and the journal that is now called the Watchtower, announcing Jehovah's kingdom. Among that group of sincere Bible students was a man named Charles Taze Russell. While Russell took the lead in the Bible education work at that time and was the first editor of the Watchtower, he was not the founder of a new religion. The goal of Russell and the other Bible students, as the group was then known, was to promote the teachings of Jesus Christ and to follow the practices of first century Christian congregation. Since Jesus is the founder of Christianity, we view him as the founder of our organization. I encourage you to actually take a little bit more of an in-depth look with regard to Charles Taze Russell, the role that predictions had in the forming of this version of Christianity, this false version of Christianity, and to explore that just a little bit. And then finally, I do have one particular article and website that I want to draw your attention to. This is from Ligonier Ministries, and this gives you just a brief 7-minute right here overview of who are the Jehovah's Witnesses. I do want to provide you a perspective, a orthodox biblical perspective of the view of Jehovah's Witnesses. So read all of those things that are assigned to you this week And then I look forward to the ways in which you will submit your reading report, in addition to the ways in which you will have some discussion with the other people that are in this class.